morning, good afternoon, good day, good evening. Wherever you are joining us from in the world today, right here, right now, your present moment. It's so good to be with you. I'm Charlene Clossy. I'm so glad you're here. Happy January. It is the season of newness and of stillness. And that's exactly what we're going to be diving into in this 3-part series, the Serenity series. We'll be coming here, balancing, finding that true inner peace every Friday for this, starting this week and 2 more weeks after that. So I can't wait for you to join me for this full series as well. It's a really important thing, I think, for us to do constantly, is to keep remembering that important balance. Serenity is not being free of chaos. Serenity is finding balance within that chaos. So I'm so glad you're here. Tell me where you are joining us from today. Drop it in the chat, whether you're here on Insight Timer or on YouTube. I'd love to hear. Always good to be with my friends. Good morning, Sandy from Portland, Oregon. How are you? Hi, Maria. Namaste. Nice to see you. Hi, Jen. Jen from Wisconsin. But it is actually a wintry wonderland where you are. Not just one that we get to make up here in Florida. Eartha, good to see you. I'm so glad you're here. Oh, you love the image? Yay! Yes. Again, it's that equanimity in the midst of truly in winter. That memory of stillness and wholeness. Love that. Glad you're here. Hi, Kristen. Good morning from Pine, Colorado. You definitely know what the snow looks like and feels like. Eartha, 3 possibilities this morning. Serenity 1. Oh, well, I'm so glad you joined us. I feel so blessed that we have such a wonderful community. It's not just about what happens here. You know, every session's different with these bowls. But it's about the people who show up and bring their energy, contributing to the overall serenity of the day, whatever that may be, each and every moment. So I'm glad you're here, Eartha. Hi, hey, Susie over on YouTube. Good morning, good morning. Yes, Susie joins us from Tampa. I love me some Susie. Hi, is it Jagar? I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. From New Jersey. I'm glad you're here. Nice to meet you. And also, oh my goodness, look at all these wonderful names. Marike? Jeremy, my husband who is running the show. Marike? Okay. Forgive me. Please tell me how to say your name correctly. Oh, there's nothing worse to me than mispronouncing a name. I apologize to you both, but I'm so glad you're joining us. And Marike, I hope I said that correctly, from the Netherlands. Hi, Geraldine. Happy New Year. Yes, and good night to you down in Western Australia. Hope you've had a wonderful day. Jen, yes, it is indeed. Rosemary, good morning from the UK. I'm glad you're here, my friend. Hi, Kathleen with a C. Nice to see you from Portland, Oregon. Larry, good morning from California. How are you? Yes, good. Deanna, good morning from the deep freeze in Alberta, Canada. Oh, sending some Florida warmth your way. Jagar, yes, I said it correctly. Yay! We are glad you are here. It's nice to meet you too, my friend. So if this is your first time here, welcome. I'm so glad you're here. Again, I'm Charlene. Thank you for joining us. In front of you are 19 chromatically tuned quartz crystal singing bowls, which means they basically entail all of an entire octave on a piano, starting at middle C, moving up, all the white notes, C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C. But we've added a few tones. We've added all of those delicious, wonderful chromatic, the black keys on the piano. So we have all of these tones as well, plus some above and below. And that just really begin to round out the sound and the power of the vibrations in meaningful ways. These bowls are tuned to 432 hertz, which basically just means that they have a slightly lower than normal tuning. Science has shown that listening to music tuned to 432 hertz actually can lower our blood pressure as well as our heart rate. It just helps us feel calmer. It, for many people, begins to decrease anxiety. For some folks, they've even found that it mitigates pain, which is a wonderful thing indeed. Lots of interesting studies that are continuing to come out on the benefits of music tuned to 432 hertz. And that's exactly what this is. This is a little bit more than just sound healing, where sound is typically used in a very strategic sort of way to penetrate a specific area of the body to elicit a desired frequency rebalance. Well, with these bowls, what's actually going on is that we're expanding into the realm of true music, where it's a little bit more than just tonal sounds. We're actually beginning to tap into different harmonies. You'll hear melodies come out throughout as well. So we're using sound in an interesting way. Everything is present moment. There is nothing that is predetermined, preset, other than our theme, Serenity. It's a good one today, I think. The bowls respond because they are made out of 99.999% pure quartz crystal. And quartz being a piezoelectric crystal, meaning that anytime they are either struck or pressed, have pressure applied to the stone itself, it actually begins to generate voltage. And if you're sitting in front of it, you can absolutely feel it. Interestingly, it also, that voltage, we're finding contributes to the sound that you hear, even if you're not sitting in front of it, that these bowls make. So if you ever get tingles, if you ever sort of feel a shift in electricity in your body, a lot of times people can attribute that to a shift in your energy or your specific energetic frequencies that are going on. It's because of the piezoelectric effect working through these bowls. Good morning, Jane with a Y. How are you, my friend? I'm so glad you're here. Jane joins us from California. Jason, cool. Yeah, it is pretty cool, isn't it? Hello from the snowy mountains in California. Well, it's interesting, like I said, that no two sessions are ever alike. And that's because your biofield is always unique. It's your unique fingerprint that's constantly changing. Our biofield is affected by the environment around us. Literally, the vibe that you pick up when you walk into a room and that you give off not only impacts your field, but the field of others. So something as simple as walking through a room actually can begin to shift the electrical systems of our body. Now, usually we're strong enough, we're balanced enough to be able to shift back into a general sense of alignment. But sometimes we're not. Sometimes, like a good avalanche, snow compounds on itself and frequencies will get a little bit wonky. So what these bowls do is that they help us find our own homeostasis to realign and rebalance. Now, there's not just one specific tone that works for, say, healing the heart or opening the throat. There can be aspects of frequency that we will entrain to do these very specific types of tasks. But really what we're diving into and what we're leaning into is the expansion, while these bowls are talking, is the expansion of the Overtone series, of the Harmonic series, and how we're vibrating multiple notes, even if we're just sitting here and concentrating on our heart. We're actually beginning to entrain our body with other notes that we can't even necessarily discern with our ear. So it's a truly wonderful process. Wow, the bowls have such a chill vibe today, but I guess that makes sense, seeing as how we're going to be diving into Serenity. Or maybe we'll just be sliding into Serenity. So like I said, if this is your first time, there's no right or wrong way to have this experience that we're about to embark upon. It can be as active or as passive as you'd like. Some people really just enjoy listening, tuning in, allowing the sounds to wash over them. Some people may be seated with their spine erect, taking a more active approach, allowing and working energy as they feel it shifting and moving throughout their system, visualizing what's going on in their mind's eye. Other folks, this is a great way for them to drift off into slumber, like many of our Australian friends do. So wherever you are in your present moment, right here, right now, choose your own adventure. Some people do enjoy listening with headphones because the binaural beating that will frequently come from the bowls can be quite profound. But again, every way is perfect. So I hear we're about to start. So go ahead and find a comfortable position, either seated or if you'd like to lay your body down. However you find your comfort right now, just go ahead and begin to connect into your heart. Let's just gently fall into the space of your heart. This fourth energy center, the Anahata chakra, meaning the unstruck sound, meaning that without touch, without a connection to anything else, on its own pure frequency and calibration, the heart begins to elicit movement, this energy center. Just gently bring your attention to the place of your heart. How does it feel to you today to begin to embrace the quietness of the season? When we connect to the idea of inner peace, what does that feel like to you? Is it something you aspire towards? Is it something you sink into? Is it something you feel yourself elevate towards? Do you feel yourself shrink away from that, the idea of inner peace? Just become aware of your current experience. Taking a deep breath in, holding that breath in, allowing your heart to relax, keeping that breath held. Then gently exhale. Slowly. See if your exhalation can be longer than your inhalation. Well done. Let's see if we can come into our body a little bit more deeply. So take a deep inhale in through your nose, filling your lungs all the way to capacity. Holding that breath in. And then take one more quick last sip in through the nose before you purposefully but delicately exhale through the mouth. Make sure that that exhale is longer than your inhale. When we do that, naturally, the physiology slows the heart rate. Just take a moment and assess how you feel right now. sigh. That's what that breath is called. One more time. Inhale in deeply through the nose, filling the lungs all the way to capacity. Just holding that for a moment. As you do, just allow the heart to relax. Good. One last quick sip of air in through the nose before you exhale through the mouth, with that exhale lasting longer than your inhale. This is a natural breath that your body does. It's also one of the quickest ways to lower your heart rate. It's a good technique to take with you anytime. Grounding practice, I invite you to begin that now. If not, think, imagine, or feel a golden cord of light that originates at the base of the spine. You can see it as a ball, and connecting your physical body and your energy bodies together in this beautiful golden ball. That then expands into a cord of golden light that descends out through the base of your spine, that first energy center, through the floor, into the earth, connecting in deeply, rooting in. Feeling anchored into whatever ground that you walk on, stand upon, or sit on at present. Begin to draw in warmth and stability from the earth. And once you feel your connection solidified, go ahead and bring your attention back to the place of your third eye. The sixth energy center, the Ajna chakra, this place of insight, intuition, illumination. Today we're going to be surveying our space, our inner landscape, from the point of this third eye. See yourself in your mind's eye as you are right now, comfortable, connected. Experiencing what it's like to see with your eyes closed. Sensing a wintry, snowy playground of life. Some of you immediately went to a childhood setting with swings and slides. Some of you went into a place of complete winter tundra with limitless possibilities of how you can interact with that landscape. Whatever that is for you, just find a happy wintry place. Imagine the snowflakes just gently falling around you. See the world blanketed in a pristine white glow. What do you hear? Is there a crunch of snow under your feet? Is there complete stillness as a gentle wind moves through the air? Become aware of your perfect surrounding. Now begin to rotate your head to the left. And as you do, see a lone pine tree standing in a clearing. Its branches dusted with sparkling snow. Just inhale deeply, breathing in its beautiful fragrance and scent that is now coming into your awareness, even from such an incredible distance. Begin to move towards that pine tree and find your perfect distance. Perhaps you'd like to stand under the tree. Perhaps you'd like to sit under its branches, looking up. Perhaps you'd like to view from a distance. Imagine inhaling a tiny spark of sunlight that's trapped but dancing within the snowy fields around you. Its warmth igniting in your heart. If you're near to the tree, place your hand on the tree. Begin to feel into the majesty of that beautiful lone pine. What frequency are you experiencing under your palm? Are there any messages coming to you? Take another deep breath in, holding that breath in, relaxing the heart. And as you exhale slowly, just allow any tension, any constriction, any heaviness to melt away, releasing down that beautiful golden grounding cord you had solidified just moments ago. Taking a deep breath in, holding that breath in, allowing the heart to relax, and then just gently let go. invite you to continue on that journey in your mind's eye. In the distance, you hear something beckoning. It's a sound that's a little bit out of the ordinary from what you had been experiencing. It seems to call, and you follow. Where does this take you? Are you moving through a grove of trees? Are you still walking across an extended field of snow with no end in sight? Perhaps you're moving into a wooded area. And you stumble upon shelter, a cave of sorts. Find your place and be in that place right now. As you define where you are, what emotions are coming up for you? Is there a sense of trust? Is there anxiety for the unknown? Anything that works, that feels good to you. Perhaps it's peace. Perhaps it's curiosity. Anything that's right for you right now. Imagine yourself just stoking that flame, turning that up a little bit, so you have a little more peace, a little more curiosity, a little more happiness, contentment, whatever that is. And as you do, you may witness anything else that was offering perhaps constriction begins to gently dissolve. Some of you may see that just dissolving down the grounding cord. Beautiful. I invite you now to come back and bring your attention wherever you are in the world around you in your landscape. See yourself come to a place of repose or stillness. And in that space, see yourself placing both hands on your heart, inhaling and exhaling, feeling that breath moving in and out of that body. Focus on the spark of warmth that you're feeling beginning to build in your heart space. As you breathe, experience it growing brighter, spreading through your body like a gentle inner fire, just expanding, creating warmth, comfort, ease, are all originating under your two perfectly formed hands, connecting to your perfectly formed fourth energy center. Under your touch, you've found complete serenity, total warmth, absolute acceptance of yourself and of this present moment. you begin to experience a glow that you can feel emanating up through your chest and out through your face, radiating a warmth, creating so much presence, a serene countenance that your face begins to match the light shining from the sun overhead. Strengthening, increasing the serene radiance, taking a deep breath in, feeling that warmth and your own expansion. Taking a deep breath in, holding that breath in, allowing the heart to relax. And gently exhaling, continuing on your journey. In your mind's eye, begin to survey the landscape around you, whether you're in a cave, under our beautiful pine tree friend, or sitting in the middle of an expansive tundra, wherever you find yourself. Just survey that landscape. And just as you take stock of everything you're experiencing around you, turn that ability to reflect inward, surveying your inner landscape in that space. Visualize an inner spark expanding outward, beginning to feel the aura or that energy, the biofield around your body. That place where all of our information comes in to manifest this perfect physical system. Begin to experience a radiant warmth fill that energy space. If there's any emotions that arise, just allow it to be. If there's anything that you'd like to release, do so down that grounding cord. This is your perfect experience. If there's something that doesn't work, let it go. Good. And as you feel this serene, sparkling expansion of light extending out beyond your physical body in your mind's eye, make one last connection with something physically. Perhaps you reach out and you allow a snowflake to fall into your hand. Perhaps you return back, bringing your palm and touching the bark of that one lone pine tree. Perhaps you feel the wall of a cave. Its coarse yet welcoming texture dancing below your fingertips. Good. Perhaps you touch yourself, bringing a hand or both hands over your heart, feeling life naturally move in and out, in and out. Taking one last deep inhale in, allowing the heart to relax, and as you do, beginning to bask in this new inner glow of peace, of serenity. Letting it all go. I invite you now to just gently release that beautiful imagery that you've manifested in your mind. Begin to bring your attention back to your physical body. In fact, let's place both hands over our heart and just gently breathe. Find your own pattern of breath right here in this body right now. Take a deep breath in, hold that breath in, and exhale. And as you do, go ahead and shift your attention now down into your physical body. Some of you may actually need to touch your body right now just to bring you back into this present time right here in this space. Finding your reconnection. Good. With this next breath, I invite you to direct your attention to your first chakra. That first energy center sitting at the base of the spine, the Muladhara chakra, connecting us into a grounding, rooting, where we find solid foundation into density, into this physical matter. Good. Welcome back. Beautiful. I invite you now to think, imagine, or feel a color that's perfect for you. A frequency. It could be a sound, it could be light, it could be a vibration, it could be an emotion, preferably a happy one. And invite that, direct that color, that frequency into this first energy center. Many of you will connect with the color red. However, that may not be the only color choice that you'd like to connect to today. Find whatever frequency or frequencies support you as we go through and tune each of our 7 main energy centers. Allowing this tone to begin to vibrate. This first energy centers throughout our hip area, grounding us, rooting us in, helping us reconnect to our true stability. Good. Connecting to the idea of flexibility, transformation, coherence, and stability. Taking a deep breath in, holding that breath in, allowing the heart to relax. And as you exhale, let your attention gently shift upward to the area of your navel or your second chakra, this second energy center that connects us into pure creativity of life, creation. This watery place, the Svadhisthana chakra, bringing balance to your inner waters throughout your entire system, not just in this clearinghouse. Good, good. There we go. Many times it's easy for this second energy center to fall out of alignment or balance. Feelings of uneasiness, being tossed around, not being able to feel able to go with our natural flow and the natural flow of life. So whatever you need right now to rebalance this sacred center, allow that frequency to come to you. Many will connect with the color orange. If you're ever in doubt, consider connecting with gold. Gold is empowering, enlivening, soothing, rebalancing all at the same time. Whatever colors you connect with, also begin to connect with the idea of purity, almost like a crystalline, clear water you can see through, like the frozen water of the snowflake. You can pierce through with your vision, your inner and outer vision, the purity of that water. It's now frozen in time. Connecting with the idea of nourishment, charm, and merging, flowing between states effortlessly, just as water does, from liquid to solid. To the etheric gas and many other states. Taking a deep breath in, holding that breath in, relaxing the heart. And as you exhale, allowing the attention now to shift to the area behind your diaphragm. This third energy center, the Manipura chakra, this place of power, of fire. It's that fire in your belly, of which is active indeed. Finding your perfect frequencies to bring balance and harmony within that fire of your system right here, right now. Sometimes in the winter we find we need more fire to generate warmth. frequency, sound, vibration is right for you. Perhaps it's gold, but for many of you, it will be a beautiful yellow. Some of you actually may begin to bring in the frequency of a lustrous gem, sparkling, radiating in the fire, seeing the colors of red, orange, yellow, like that of the fire dancing in this sacred area. And as you do, beautiful, connecting with the ideas of desire, will, intention, and destiny. Taking a deep breath in, holding that breath in, allowing the heart to relax. And as you exhale, guiding your attention now into the area of your chest. This fourth energy center, the Anahata, finding the right frequency to begin to balance your heart space. If you're connecting with color now, I invite you to consider welcoming in a rose gold tone. Many of you will begin to connect with the vibration of a beautiful green. Notice how the different frequencies begin to feel. What is your experience with them in these different energy centers? There's no right or wrong answer, just witness. Connecting to the ideas of peace, harmony, laughter, and love in this place of perfect, serene balance. Beautiful. Taking a deep breath in. And as you do, drawing your attention upward now into the area of your throat. This fifth energy center. The Vishuddha chakra, the seat of expression, where we know that what we bring to the world, what we share with the world, is our perfect truth. Finding your exact frequency or frequencies right now. Many will connect with a beautiful sky blue. But try and experience gold, and also try the experience of a sparkling diamond. Precious beyond measure, the power of your words, of your truth. Connecting with the ideas of creativity, affluence, abundance, and discernment. And as you exhale, guiding the attention now into that still tiny place. That sixth energy center, the Ajna chakra, the third eye. This place of quiet, where a whisper seems like a shout. Moving throughout the lower part of your head area, feeling these different, tiny, subtle, yet powerfully different little cavernous places and spaces where your energy moves, where the tiniest micro movement suddenly shifts the vibration and the frequency that you're experiencing. Just sit in that for a moment. If you'd like to bring in a color, many connect with indigo. Another wonderful choice is electric blue, I'm hearing for you right now, and gold. Connecting with the ideas of integration, truth, unboundedness, knowingness. Taking a deep breath in, holding that breath in, allowing the heart to relax, and gently floating your attention now to the seventh energy center, the crown chakra. The Sahasrara chakra, the 1,000-petal lotus, the seat of connection to all. This place is so subtle, yet so profound. Devoid of the individualized ego. A place of realization, of wisdom, of all. Welcoming in whatever frequency is appropriate for you right here, right now. Humbly asking and graciously welcoming your perfect miracles, the ones that are destined for you and you alone. Your miracles contribute to all. Some of you may want to experience the center as a color, inviting in a beautiful violet, a translucent violet color. There you go. Beautiful. Experiencing infinity. Immortality. totality. Holiness being part of the whole and the whole itself. And true illumination and enlightenment. Taking a deep breath in, holding that breath in, allowing the heart to relax. And as you do, bringing your attention back now to your heart. Placing both hands over your heart. Taking a deep breath in, feeling the heart beginning to relax under that inhale that you've just so graciously welcomed into your system. And when you're ready, exhaling, letting it go. Beginning to slowly come back into your physical body more profoundly. You may want to wiggle your fingers and your toes, gently adjust your back, moving around. How are you feeling, my friends? This is a very quiet yet balancing sort of day. It was really interesting to see what the bowls were doing. I'd love to hear what your experience was. Please feel free to drop it in the chat. It's always good to hear and talk about, and let's discuss some of this, because this is these are always special moments. But today, what I was really noticing is that the bowls were really encouraging us towards a point of centering and balancing. So the tonality that was really established early on that we kept going towards was actually really grounding into this E, which frequently we really feel in the center part of our body and our core. A lot of people really connecting it into the third chakra and really feeling into this point, which makes sense of we're needing to come into the body. We're thinking of that, of a plant that begins to go to sleep for the winter. We're coming into this, we are in this point of hibernation and being able to welcome this stillness, this need for serenity, because there will be a time when we need to be fiery and active and going, but we also have to balance that fire where it never goes out, but it's in that perfect point right in between action and non-action where everything happens. Truly, we need, in theory, we should be there as often as we can, no matter the season, but really poignant how that was coming out today, of just this coming into that core and finding the stability from within, as opposed to trying to manage and look for balance from without or from the outside. Really interesting how that was coming up. So, oh, Jeremy, let's go through some of these comments. I'm excited to hear how this was for you. Yes. Hi, Patrice. Yes, good snowy morning from Madison, Wisconsin. Yes, well, I'm very glad you joined us. It's nice to see you. I hope that was a good experience for you. And Amber, I'm glad you were here from Atlanta. Oh, it's very kind of you. I appreciate you commenting. So sweet. Thank you. Jen, you said it's snowing in northeastern Wisconsin. Oh, I bet that was so peaceful to have that experience. Yes, as you said, so peaceful and beautiful, like this amazing sound journey. Oh, wonderful. Oh, thank you for sharing that. I love that. Hi, Tea Lady Nat. Good to see you. I hope you are well. Hi, Pradeep. Yes, today there was a lot of ASMR. I don't know why that acronym is always so odd for me to get out of my mouth. But you're right, that where that sensory experience was beginning to come through. It's very relaxing, almost like the sound of someone scratching your head and just kind of puts you to sleep. It almost, you feel as though even if you're hearing someone else scratch your head, it's like, oh, that feels so good to me. Maybe that's just me. There definitely was a lot of that coming out today through this almost like an additional little bit of noise that the bowls were really allowing to sound through today, which they don't always do. And sometimes they didn't consistently do it throughout the session. As the egoic side of me, I check and I'm like, wait, am I doing something wrong? Am I, blah, blah. And there was just this really beautiful kind of that wintry, it almost felt like maybe what I would expect snow to sound like. I'm from Florida. I don't know. I'll have to ask some of my northern friends. I love that. Jeremy? Thank you. So whenever as new comments come in, a lot of times the chat kind of shifts upward. So I get a little lost sometimes. So Jeremy has to help me with that. Riley said, you love this. Awesome. Yay. I'm so glad you're here, Riley. Nice to see you. Jagar, thank you so much for your donation. That's very kind of you, my friend. Thank you. Thank you. Hi, Dawn. Nice to see you, and peace to you as well. Yes, this is the day of peace. This is a series of serenity. I love this. Maria, so lovely to be with you again. I'm so glad you were here as well. Yes, Jen, thank you. Good, amazing. Yeah, it was just it was interesting. Many times, if this is one of your first times here, one of the things that if you're able to join us in the future, one of the things you'll notice is that the bowls will guide us very strongly. And today there was a very just subtle movement. It was almost just like washing over the space. Sometimes the bowls will encourage us to deeply penetrate into our own energetic experience. That was not the case today. They're like, no. It's almost just like gentle ice skating, maybe, but without the level of difficulty. So interesting. I'm glad you shared that, Jen. Thank you. Jeanette, you were beyond grateful, if that makes sense. Yes, it absolutely does. That's exactly. It feels almost like this skating, this and not the metaphorical I'm skating. I'm not of being on thin ice, but of moving fluidly over a grounded, solid space that you have complete trust and faith in. And in that, there's so much, as Jeanette said, there's so much gratitude for that because you have a firm footing. Even if in a few, as the temperature rises, that this foundation may shift. Right now, in this present moment, it is so perfect. I love that. Thank you, Jeanette. I think we all know what you mean. I appreciate you sharing it. Oh, goodness day. Yay, just waking up. Thank you. Perfect. Oh, I'm so glad you joined us. I'm glad you're here today. I hope you have a great day. No pun intended. Sandy, peaceful. Yes, you feel very peaceful, calm, healing, grounding, and lighter. Perfectly said. I love that. So beautiful. Thank you for sharing. Jason, wow, you've had an incredible hip and back pain in the cold. Oh, this was so soothing and serene as I took a warm bath, listening, yes, and seeking relief from the pain and ache. Thank you. It's my pleasure. It's our pleasure, Jason. I'm so glad you were here. It's interesting. One of the things, too, that at the very beginning we'll frequently connect with the understanding that the bowls directly connect to our biofields, the energy of what's going on, not only in my space, but more importantly in your space, which is one of the reasons why we take time to be able to chat and connect. It just really grounds the intentionality of who is here, even if people are moving in and out of the space. Their presence has shown up for a very specific reason. So that will come through in what comes out frequency-wise of the bowls. That's one of the things we've found time after time after time after time, and now we're working on ways to actually quantify and lock that in with science. So Side note, we do have a winter kitten who might be making an appearance. You might have seen her just trickle under the screen there. So there might be a kitten coming, maybe baby. Hello, darling. Okay, there you go. So, nope, she's out. She knows what she wants. She's a cat. Jeanette, you said you had an incredible epiphany when at the crown chakra. Interesting. With the gold color, I was visited by my father and my 2 uncles. Interesting. I realized I was called to honor their journey and what they had offered to my own journey. Oh, that's so beautiful. Jeanette, thank you so much for sharing that. It's really interesting you say that too, because today that 7th energy center felt very different than normal. It felt almost as though there was a greater space. It was almost more spacious. It had the image of, in the very beginning when we were going through kind of that gentle guided meditation, which we're doing a little something different with that for the Serenity series, kind of fun. But where there's a distance between the witness and what is being witnessed. So, for instance, that pine tree, that there was a huge space, but at the same time, I could just very easily reach out my hand and touch it, even though in this time and space, there was time and space separating me from this pine tree. But yet I was also completely connected to it. That's exactly what it was feeling like, more so than normal today in that 7th energy center. So I appreciate you bringing that up, because that's really interesting on a lot of levels. Oh, beautiful. Thank you. Emma, you said, beautiful. Oh, good. Deep relaxation. Yeah, it really was. Thank you for sharing that. I love that experience. Jeanette, what is ASMR? Jeremy, what does it stand for again? I always forget oh, yes. Autonomous sensory meridian response. Thank you. It's basically when your senses begin to take over from an auditory input, and suddenly you're having multiple types of experiences based on a sound input coming in. There's very specific sounds that will generate ASMR. I don't know why that's so hard for me to remember. You can actually look it up even on YouTube. Pop on YouTube, and once we're done with the live stream, and there's plenty of examples of it. Kind of fun. Moves the body differently. Many people will have their own very unique experiences with that, so I'll let you explore, but kind of fun. Kim, thank you so much for this beautiful session. Thank you for being here. I'm glad you were here, my friend. Lori. Hi, Lori from Madison, Wisconsin. You came in late? Nope. You came in your perfect time. I love it. It was beautiful, grounding, and calming. Good, good. Oh, I'm so glad. Yeah, it is a good way to start your day, isn't it? I love that. Katie, so happy to catch you, even if it was only the last few minutes. You're on the West Coast and haven't seen you in a long time. Thanks. Well, I'm so glad you're here, Katie. We will actually be back. It'll be a little early for our West Coast friends, but we are back. So we're doing a 3-part series, the Serenity series, really tapping into the stillness and the serenity of winter, these winter months. And even if for our friends down under, was it Geraldine who was with us today, who popped in at the beginning and said hi? We're always having counter motion. We live in a universe of, or our dimension of duality, right? So there's always counter motion. So even if we're in winter and you're in summer, there's still 100%. You're just doing a 180 in many of these things. So actually, it's of benefit to be able to have the countering experience. It gives us a little bit more pull and strength in that dimension. So really kind of fun, but that's what we're going to be working on. We'll be back again next Friday, January 19th at 9 a.m. Eastern time, so 6 a.m. Pacific time, and the following Friday, January 26th. Again, really connecting into the serenity, kind of going a little deeper each time into the serenity of the season and what we can pull into our life in each moment. So I hope to see you again next week. So that'll be fun, Katie. I'm glad you said hi. Anne Marie, yes, you said you were feeling serene. Yeah, but something heavy inside, not unpleasant. You know, that's really interesting. And you said you even really enjoyed being here. I'm so glad you're here. Thank you for sharing that. You know, a lot of times we need heaviness to remind us of the lightness. So often we feel as though we must always pursue the light in neglect of the dark. And yet we know life would not exist as we know it today on Earth. our understanding of our life would not exist if we did not have both light and dark. We so often will demonize or make a hero out of one or the other of these two components, when reality is serenity is being able to move, to flow, to understand the importance of each. It doesn't mean you don't get to choose where you want to live. But if you're in a constant battle against something, you'll always be welcoming that. And so I think it's really beautiful, I find, when heaviness comes for me. A lot of times it's as that gentle reminder I'm giving myself of saying, hey, give it a moment to slow down. Chill, chick. I can say that to myself. And I need that time to really sit into the heaviness. Heaviness is great because, this is this physical matter. Heaviness connects us into the body. If we look at it from an Ayurvedic perspective, this kapha dosha, which is this grounded earth, we need the heaviness of the earth. Otherwise, we just float away or we get washed away. So sometimes heaviness is just as important and peace-bringing as lightness. So see how that feels for you. Cherry berry. As usual, it was great. Calming and healing. Good. I'm so glad to hear. Like a warm hug from someone I love. Oh, well, we love you, Cherry berry. Thank you thank you as well, my beautiful soul. It's so good to see you. I'm glad you are here. Jane, beautiful experience. You love snow. Is it serene and tranquil? Yeah. I say yeah like I know what I'm talking about, but I really haven't been in much snow in my life. I'm not going to lie. This is, it's a funny thing about, for as much as I've traveled and lived all over the places, anytime it's cold, I head south like a true bird, winter bird. Susan, happy early birthday. Oh, thank you. You're also January 15th. Happy birthday to us on Monday. Hot dog. I love that. That's so cool. And that's so sweet of you to remember. Thank you for saying that. Lori, happy birthday. Yay. It's your birthday today. Lori. All right, everybody. Everybody, can you throw up, if you're still here, please throw up a bunch of hearts in the chat for Lori, wishing her a very happy birthday. And for Susan, wishing her a very happy birthday on Monday as well. Look at all these happy birthday wishes. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Lori and Susan. Happy birthday to you. Yay! Woohoo! I love that. So amazing. Happy birthday, Lori. And thank you so much for your kind wishes. Yeah. I'm really glad that you joined us today as part of your birthday celebration. Look at all this love coming at you, ladies. Oh, that's so good. That's so good. You guys are wonderful. So cool. Jeanette, you said that your father and 2 uncles have left this earth plane for close to 2 to 3 decades. Wow. Yeah. Yeah. It's amazing, though, that just because someone's not on this earth plane and we're not celebrating birthday here on earth, we celebrate living, right? On every dimension. We're coming up on January 22nd is the anniversary, the first anniversary of my father's transition to the other side. And yet I feel him just as strongly as ever. So they never leave us. Just because we perceive in a different way, or maybe can't perceive as they currently are, that's okay too. That's my set of beliefs. If yours differ, that's cool too. All good. But thank you for sharing that. Yay, Jen. Yeah, see, happy birthday, Susan and Lord. Woo, woo, woo. Love this. Yay. So good, Jen. Yes, you're right, Jen. Without dark, there would be no light. 100%. It's what makes painting so beautiful. It's not all about color and light. There's also the shadow. It gives dimensionality. It gives perspective. The shadow is that aspect of relationship that we need all the time. See, we have to have something to celebrate in order so that whenever there's times of mourning and grief, we understand the range, the expansion of both. We need that tension. And when I say tension, I don't mean tension. I mean as in the pull, the polarity of the opposites that hold the space. Otherwise, it just kind of falls, right? Whenever something is holding that energetic space, it's kind of like, think of a dance frame in ballroom dancing or any sort of dance. If you're dancing with a partner, if one of you has a wimpy, weak frame, you don't know where that person is, right? There's no place to ground into. It's one of the reasons at the beginning of sessions is that we ground into the space, because you suddenly you can kind of feel that energetic pull between our beautiful Mother Earth, this vibratory space and frequency that we can physically connect to, and this more esoteric, subtle, spiritual space, even in our lower, more dense energy center or chakra. So anytime we have that pull, it's very profound. Thanks for saying that. I love that. And you're so right. Dark and light, light and shadow. Oh, look at all these wonderful birthday wishes and emojis. Ooh, ooh. Y'all know we love emojis here. Ah, so good. Oh, Lori, thank you so much. Happy early birthday. Yay. You know what? You guys are such a wonderful, wonderful community. Such beautiful blessing, not only to me, but to each other. That makes me so happy. This is not this is never about me. It's never just about the bowls, but it's about you as well. And you show up so beautifully for each other. I love that. And Mary, thank you so much on YouTube for joining us, as well as, oh my goodness, Anguisham. I hope I said that correctly. What a cool name. You said it was a blissful experience. I love that. And Mary joining us from Buffalo, so great. Well, please join us again next week. We're going to be coming back at you live at the same time, starting at 9 a.m. Eastern Time, next Friday, January 19th. Be sure to set your notification reminders. If you're on YouTube, just set for your little notification, click the little ding the bell. If you're on Insight Timer, you can, whenever you set a reminder when you're going through lives, whenever they have the live stream listing, you can actually set a reminder and it'll pop up and say, hey, it's time to start. It's a very handy feature. So wherever you're joining us from, trying to make it easy, that it's never something you can always enjoy in your perfect time. If you enjoyed today, be sure to check out the live again. It'll be posted on YouTube as well. So if you ever need to go back and you just need to do a little more wintry ice skating in your inner landscape, you've got it. You can do this now anytime. Friends, thank you for joining me on this walk today towards serenity. You bring such happiness and peace to my heart and to yours. May you know how very loved you are. In the very essence, your presence in this world makes a difference. This world would not be the same if it were not for you. I encourage you. I love you. I challenge you to make the most of your day, whatever that is, whether it's your birthday or whether it's a day that's a little challenging. How can you make the most of it? Sometimes the most we can make is being present and accepting where we are in a moment. Sometimes we can accomplish the moon. It's up to you. Choose what you're going to do today. Until we meet again, know how very loved you are, and I can't wait to see you soon. May peace be with you always. Sat Nam.